Hey folks, Jeff here with Mad Hatter Organics. It's part 2 of the Autopots setup. Let's get into it. So we'll get right into the heart of the Autopots. This is called the Aqua Valve. It allows water to enter in and create that flood and drain action that Autopots are known for. There's two little silicone little rubber stops that go over top of this hole right here, and one right here. And what this does is this little silicone up top will close off this hole and not allow air to come into the underneath cavity under here. And then this silicone will allow water to come in through this line. Once the tray is drained, the float will sit like this and allow water to come in. As soon as it floods and has enough water, it closes itself off with that little silicone stopper inside there. And then the water will rise up to a certain level inside this, I guess what you call dome. And if there's too much water, this will open up, this will move up and allow the water to escape and shut the whole system down. It's kind of a simple system where it's self-regulated and it doesn't allow for more water to come in unless it gets knocked around and jarred out of place. But as long as you have these little silicones lined up properly, it's a perfectly safe system. I'll also leave a link above to Autopots' YouTube channel, where they go a little bit more in depth with Aqua Valve and explain it a little better than I can. They're the experts at it, but I'm just showing you the system. So we'll hop into the 2x4 tent. I already have the three trays lined up, and I'll go ahead and show you how I like to run my lines, how I like to have my reservoir set up, and yeah, so let's hop into it. So this is the reservoir. It is, I believe, about a 10 to 12 gallon reservoir. I put 2 of those water cooler jugs in it, and it usually fills up to about 2 inches left at the top there, so it's about 10 gallons or so. Inside this, it has I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that. So inside this reservoir, down below there's a little filter there. It's just to stop the bigger particles of sediment and stuff flow through the little 1/4 inch lines. So coming outside the reservoir here, there's a 1/4 inch line with a little bulkhead and a shut-off valve. This is so you can just isolate the system so your reservoir doesn't keep draining into the trays. So I have it set up so it goes through the tent and into the trays. I just washed all these, got them all cleaned up. So I like to just run a straight line, tee it off, and go right into the Aqua Valves. Now these are 1/4 inch lines, and they're pressure couplers on here. If you can't get them slid on there, all you have to do is just dip the lines into hot water, and they become nice and pliable. So I have one teed off here, and the other one that I was just showing you was teed off here, going into the tray. And at the very end, I have another shut-off valve. This is to open and close to either drain the system or allow the air to come out, to get all the air bubbles out of it so the system can get get up and going. So yeah, like I said, another tee off into the Aqua Valve. So I'll go ahead and place one of the Aqua Valves inside this tray. There is this little tiny, I guess you would call a nipple, that you have to place it into and run your line through this little slot. There are new trays that Autopots sells now, which comes with the little bulkheads. They got rid of this whole slot and just drilled a straight hole through it with a little bulkhead. Makes it 10 times sleeker. Doesn't allow that 1/4-inch line to get bumped around and your Aqua Valve get bumped off, or in my opinion, much better, sleeker, well improved for sure. So I'll go ahead and install the Aqua Valve onto this tray. So like I said previously, all you have to do is unscrew this little collar. Then your 1/4-inch line will slide onto that. And like I said, if this doesn't go on, it's giving you some sort of restriction, just dip this end into hot water and become pliable and slide on. Slide the collar on and screw it on hand tight or finger tight. Now there's this little nipple here. This little D slot right here will slide right into that. Takes a little bit of pressure to do, but there you have it. So these little covers, I'll just pop this over top of that, so it won't allow any light to leak in, causing algae growth or bacteria to grow. But you do want to keep these systems clean. Wash them out after every use, and yeah, make sure you're clearing these 1/4-inch lines out, either spraying hot water through them, getting some sort of line cleaner. Hydroponic stores will sell that. But yeah, there you have it. That's how I like to set up my pots. Next step is just dropping the pots down into them. So we'll go ahead and install one of the pots here. All they have to do is just get it drop down inside. These air lines will get run through the tent and hooked up to an air pump, which will supply oxygen to the air domes and supply oxygen to the roots. So there you have it, guys. Simple setup to Autopots. I love using them. It takes all the guesswork out of under or over watering, how much you're gonna need. It's all there. Basically, all you have to do is just keep an eye on your reservoir, making sure that it's at a decent enough level to create that hydrostatic pressure to give those trays the water they need. And yeah, if anyone's interested in them, I highly recommend them. If you're constantly overwatering or constantly underwatering, they take all the guesswork out of it. So I know some people kind of argue the fact that they're not maybe the best for organic setups. I use them in organics, and I'm not really having too many issues with them. I know it could maybe cause that first little 1-inch layer to lose moisture level, but I've kind of figured it out where I shut off the pots and I top water them, making sure that I get that top layer drenched, and I haven't really been having too many issues with it, so it's been pretty good. But with all that being said, guys, if you have any questions about them, please leave them down in the comments below. If you use them, let me know how you set them up as well. What kind of media you're using, what plants you're growing in them. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that like, and share with your friends. It really means the world to me, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. With that being said, guys, see ya.